What if I told you that one of the most serious academic attempts to prove Jesus existed actually did the exact opposite? So, how do you even begin to calculate the odds that a guy like Jesus was a real historical person? And lucky for us, scholars of mythology and folklore already identified this pattern decades ago. It's called the Raglan mythotype. It's basically a 22-point checklist, the heavily mythologized hero king. Things like the hero's mother is a royal virgin. An attempt is made to kill him at birth, and he meets a mysterious death, often at the top of a hill. Think of it like a superhero origin story. There's a formula, a pattern, and Jesus checks a whole lot of the boxes. Well, historian Dr. Richard Carrier, he took the 14 core members of this Raglan hero club, guys like Romulus, Oedipus, Hercules, you get the idea. And how many of those 14 legendary figures turned out to be real people? The answer is a big fat zero. So he didn't just leave it at zero. To make his case as strong as possible, he created a margin of error. He sees 0 real people, but he generously pretends there might be 4. The absolute best odds, the highest, most generous starting point you could give for Jesus being real, were about 1 in 3. If you built your life around this guy being a historical reality, that's not great. And a lot of people were not happy with those odds. A team of scholars, they came back with a list of 33 new candidates, verifiably real historical figures, who they argued also fit the Raglan profile. But they found 3 genuinely historical figures who did fit the heavily mythologized pattern. Alexander the Great, the miracle-working philosopher Apollonius of Tyana, and King Mithridates of Pontus. When presented with this good evidence, Dr. Carrier didn't double down or make excuses. He said, you know what? You're right. I was wrong. These 3 belong in the set, and he updated his own data. Therefore, we have to do what good scholars do. Update our data and rerun the numbers. Our apologist friends proved that 3 new real people belong in the group. So the club doesn't have 14 members anymore. The total size of the group is now 17. Their goal was to find more than the 4 historicals that Carrier had already generously allowed for. Did they do it? Nope. They only found 3. So what are we left with? A best-case scenario of 4 real historical figures in a new, bigger pool of 17. It works out to a new best-case odds of about 1 in 4. Their attempt to save the historical Jesus made him statistically less likely. You could not write a better punchline if you tried.